Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Saturday, July 5th, 2025. So, on the day after the 4th, that would make it the 5th.
Yes.
Did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did you find the crossword as obvious as the statement I just uttered?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it did not come quite that
Readily?
familiarly.
But you did get it.
I did get it done.
Good.
And I got it done in a pretty expedient manner because, as you know, we have a visitor this week.
We do?
Our daughter is here.
Oh.
And
where?
so we did it together.
Okay.
And she gave me two answers that I had no idea what they were, but because she knew, we got it filled out quite quickly.
Okay.
So, and one of those was 22 across, eerie phenomenon when a robot seems too lifelike, which was uncanny valley.
Yes.
And the other one was 30 down, which was Fortnite developer, and that was Epic Games.
Yes.
I had no idea what either one of those were, but she did. So,
Well, excellent.
yeah. So because of that, we just kind of raced through it.
Well, I actually got through it very quickly as well. And I was surprised, and I'm like, that's it. It was a Saturday, and I mean, I did this about this took half the time it took Friday.
Wow.
And almost half the time that it took Thursday.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. I was just like, I guess everything was just in my wheelhouse. Actually, a lot of things weren't in my wheelhouse. It was a great crossword.
Yes.
I just wasn't sure if it was quite as difficult as it should have been for a Saturday. Listeners, I think most of you know that the Saturday is supposed to be the hardest crossword of the week. And for me, the hardest crossword of the week was Thursday. But again, your mileage may vary. I noticed there was no theme in this crossword.
No, but there usually isn't on a Saturday. No.
Oh, that's right. We're doing Saturdays. I'm sorry. I forgot what day we were doing. That's what happens when you have a 4th of July holiday. Just messes up with my internal chronometer. Okay, so I guess I should not be surprised that there wasn't a theme.
No.
I was surprised to see 5 across, French musician composer YANN Tiersen, and the answer was YANN Tiersen, spelled Y-A-N-N.
That's right.
Did you know YANN Tiersen?
No, I did not. It came to us with the crosses.
Sure, One of the crosses was 5 down. One of the pillars of improv, yes and.
Yes, and.
I should remember that because we've definitely seen that before.
Well, and then the other one we've seen is and then. So yes, I guess those are both pillars.
Right. The A of yes and ran into 21 across, oil smugglers, ? And it was art thieves.
That's right.
I thought that was quite good.
Yes, it was.
9 across was come to, and I thought that was awake. And then
what we started with,
or
yes.
possibly arise, but it turned out to be reach.
Right.
Like come to a conclusion.
Yeah, it was funny. The one right under that 16 across Zhao in Chinese history, and I'm like, oh, is someone lie?
Yes.
And our daughter was like, how did you know that? And I'm like, well, I just kind of remembered that from my own history, I guess.
But the thing is, the spelling of it was ZHOU, and for some reason, I'm thinking I'm familiar with it with a CHOU. But maybe they've sort of adjusted.
Well, they changed Mao Zedong's name to Zedong's.
Right. And what was it? Was it Peking became Beijing?
Right.
So right.
So this might have fallen into that category.
I guess they're trying to sort of de-anglicize pronunciation to get it just right.
Perhaps, yes.
We had 9 down was keeps greasing that squeaky wheel, and that was re-oils.
Right.
That was sort of cute.
And I was very proud of myself when I got 31 down, small time. And I'm like, rinky dink.
Yep. That for some reason came to me immediately. I have no idea why. but I guess I'll take it. And then 27 down was uniform shade. And I saw the word cadet, and I'm like, what color would that be? And I've been listening to Project Hail Mary, and they'd just been talking about how the astronauts had these uniforms, and of course they were blue. So I went for cadet blue, and that was correct.
Very good.
Of course, I might not be able to come up with any other color that's 4 letters long anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting because we got the blue.
Oh, you didn't get the cadet?
No, but eventually it came to us. So,
Well, there among the cadet, we had 34 across. Asterisk to a typist was the star key.
Right.
Do you call that the star key?
Sometimes.
Really? Okay. I guess I just had not heard that before. Let's see, what else was interesting here? 3 down. Jewish bakery specialty. I thought that's got to be challah, but it was onion roll. Wasn't even close. And
we were trying to get bagel in there, but it wasn't in there.
And I can't get challah to fit, but with all the different ways I believe it can be spelled, I could probably throw in a G and an H, and it would work out. 2 down was leave lost for words. Tongue tie.
Right.
That was cute. Oh, and 8 down. It's a straight shot. Neat vodka.
Right.
That was sort of amusing. Did you feel like 41 across, getting in one guess as Wordle, acing?
Yes.
You've done that, right? You've gotten Wordle in one guess?
I have once, yes.
Yeah, I've never been and never will be so lucky. I've got them in 7 guesses lots of times.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Why? Because after the 6th, the answer
Yes,
boxes
yep.
up. So I've got a pretty long streak going now. But,
good.
But
It could go at any time.
yeah, I know. I never, and with connections, it's like every other day it goes.
Right.
So that's a hard puzzle.
Indeed. 45 down was very secure in a way that was bolted.
Yes.
And that crossed 45 across like brutalist architecture, blocky.
Right.
I like that.
Yes.
Blocky architecture.
Yes, we had all kinds of adjectives for it, but none of them fit. But eventually we got blocky.
How about 49 down? Did you get this right away? Woman's name that becomes another woman's name if you reverse the 3rd and 4th letters. And the answer was Elsie.
That's right.
Which would become Elise.
That's right.
Did you know that?
I didn't, but and no, we didn't get that right away. But once we got like at least 3 of the letters, I think I figured out. Oh, it's Elsie.
And of course, we had the famous 43 across fencing option, épée.
Right. Right.
So.
And it was interesting. Our daughter said, "Oh, they always have that in."
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, they do lots of times.
I'll bet if you walk into the New York Times crossword office, on the doors they probably have emblazoned a couple of crossed épées.
Could be, yes, could be.
Let's see, 50 across. This is where I ended up. Alley-oops. And the answer was gutter ball.
Right.
For some reason, I had enough letters. I didn't have the G, but I had everything else. And 50 down was liquidy lump. So I thought blob. Oh. So I had butterball.
No, that's a turkey.
That's a turkey. And I mean, alley-oops, it's just like, okay, butterball, fine. And then eventually I was able to spot that.
Like bowling.
Yes.
Alley.
Yeah. Once I changed it from butterball to gutterball, it made sense. The butterball really didn't, to be honest.
That crossed with 46 down, which was really the only word I don't think I'd ever heard before, and that was record-keeping device made of strings and knots. And it was a quipu. Quipu?
I'm not sure.
Never saw anything like that.
All right. I think that is it for the crossword, but it is Saturday, which means it's time for Jam Katwa. Except for the fact that we've decided to move Jam Katwa to tomorrow.
That's right.
And Jam Katwa will therefore cover everything from the Sunday of the previous week up till Saturday.
Yes.
So it's not time for Jam Katwa.
Not till tomorrow.
But
Tune in tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow for Jam Katwa.
You bet.
And you can even place your bets on who you think we're going to pick as Jam Katwa winner.
Right.
In the meantime, we missed Fun Fact Friday.
We did, but it was a holiday.
Fun Fact Friday was taking a holiday, but it's back in action.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so today we had, as you will recall, because we just talked about it, 22 across, eerie phenomenon when a robot seems too lifelike was Uncanny Valley.
That's right.
So I wanted to say a few things about Uncanny Valley. This is from IEEE, which is the International Electrical Engineering and something else magazine. What is the Uncanny Valley? Have you ever encountered a lifelike humanoid robot or a realistic computer-generated face that seems a bit off or unsettling, though you can't quite explain why? Take, for example, Ava, one of the digital humans created by New Zealand tech startup Soul Machines as an on-screen avatar for Autodesk. Watching a lifelike digital being such as Ava can be both fascinating and disconcerting. Ava expresses empathy through her demeanor and movements, slightly raised brows, a tilt of the head, and nod. By meticulously rendering every lash and line in its avatars, Soul Machines aim to create a digital human that is virtually indistinguishable from a real one. But to many, rather than looking natural, Ava actually looks creepy. There's something about it being almost human but not quite that can make people uneasy. Like Ava, many other ultra-realistic avatars, androids, and animated characters appear stuck in a disturbing in-between world. They are so lifelike, and yet they are not right. This void of strangeness is known as the Uncanny Valley. And so the Uncanny Valley is a concept first introduced in the 1970s by Mashiro Mori, then a professor at the Tokyo Institute of Technology. Mori coined the term Uncanny Valley to describe his observation that as robots appear more human-like, they become more appealing, but only up to a certain point. Upon reaching the Uncanny Valley, our affinity descends into a feeling of strangeness, a sense of unease, and a tendency to be scared or freaked out. Ooh. The Uncanny Valley can be defined as people's negative reaction to certain lifelike robots.
Wow.
And in his seminal essay for Japanese journal Energy, Mori wrote, "I've noticed that in climbing towards the goal of making robots appear human, our affinity for them increases until we come to a valley which I call the Uncanny Valley." And that is basically it. So if you take a robot and if it looks like an industrial robot, people are sort of neutral. As it starts to look like a toy robot and then starts to look more and more like a real robot, their affinity increases. And then it plummets and they don't like it as much until they reach a point where it continues to look more and more human and more like a normal person. And then they start to like it again. But there's this gap. We will provide a link to the article in the show notes. Very interesting, I think.
Yes.
The Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley.
I've seen that with some animation where it just sort of looks a little off and off-putting.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay, that is it for today then. So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for helping make this become one of the most popular podcasts about the New York Times crossword to come out of Northeast Wisconsin. We will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of Sunday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.